Hi everyone, welcome to Ashirali and welcome to Tuesday Talks, a space where we learn and grow together. In today's Tuesday Talks, we're going to discuss the correct time of doing yoga. Well, if you haven't seen my video on the correct pronunciation of yoga, I'll link it in the description below and you can definitely go and check that out. But today we're going to discuss what's the best time to do yoga or practice yoga rather. Well, traditionally, people used to say that early in the morning, right before sunset, so say the sunset time is at 6, so around 4 o'clock in the morning is a good time to practice yoga. And then slowly, of course, as our generations have progressed and as our work lives have changed, it's not always possible to do yoga at 4 o'clock in the morning. So then what's a good time to practice yoga? Well, a good time to practice yoga is, of course, along with the sunrise as soon as you wake up. That would be the most ideal time to practice yoga. So for example, when I was doing my yoga teacher training or different courses at my yoga institute, we always woke up at say 5:30 and we would start our practice of yoga at 6 a.m. and go until 8 a.m. So 2 hours in the morning. And then we would practice yoga around sunset time, so around 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. in the evening. And then again, when I came back to my regular life from my yoga ashram, my schedule started changing, and of course it's not always possible to even practice yoga in the morning. So I would practice yoga once a day. Ideally, if I do get time early in the morning, I would love to practice yoga early in the morning. But then again, if I don't have time, I try to practice it around sunset time in the evening. Now, these are the two most ideal timings that you should practice yoga at. However, again, that's not possible because when I used to teach yoga, people would get done with their office at say 6, 7 in the evening, and obviously keeping a 4 p.m. time is not realistic. Sometimes people are working till late at night, so waking up at 4 in the morning also is not realistic. And then what do you do? So in that scenario, the thumb rule is to keep a gap of at least 3 to 4 hours between your meal and your yoga practice. Now, about 4 hours is ideal, specifically if you've had a heavy meal. But if you had something light like a salad or something really light on your stomach, then even 3 hours should be more than enough. So when I worked with corporates, we used to practice yoga during office hours, which was about 11 a.m. in the morning, which gave them enough time post-breakfast to have an empty stomach, and then post-yoga, they would have their lunch. So again, post-yoga also, we try to give a little time for the body to, cool down and come back to its normal state to then eat. So some people say 30 minutes, some people say 1 hour. In my opinion, once you're done with your yoga practice, you would take your time to, change or take a shower, or maybe, get your food ready, or maybe drive down to the place where you have to go and eat. Whatever it is, you're going to take that time to go and eat. So as long as you have a little gap between yoga and your meals, that's also great. Another great time to practice yoga is right before you sleep. So for example, if you've had your dinner at say 7 in the evening and you have about 3 hours of gap, so you had a light dinner at 7 in the evening, you've had 3 hours of gap, then you can do a very slow and calming and relaxing yoga class right before you hit bed. We have a yoga in bed series and yoga before bed series as well, which I'll link in the description below, and you can definitely follow that. Any other time? No, I think that's about it. So we've covered most of the ideal time slots. It can be either in the morning when you wake up, right before you have your breakfast, but just give a little bit of gap before eating your breakfast between your yoga practice and your food. It can be practiced somewhere during the day, right after breakfast, so about 3 to 4 hours after you had breakfast, depending on how heavy or light your breakfast is, you keep that time gap. Again, the same thing for lunch, you keep that time gap of about 3 to 4 hours after lunch, and then again 3 to 4 hours after dinner. And if you go by this logic, I think it'll be easier for you to find an ideal time to practice yoga in. If you work in night shifts, then you again just calculate and you will know how to practice yoga and when to practice yoga. So please keep that in mind. Enjoy your yoga practice, and I shall see you again next week with yet another Tuesday Talks on Tuesday, and this week with a Thursday therapy yoga class on Thursday. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful week and see you soon. Namaste. Do like the video if you liked it, share it with somebody who needs it, and subscribe to our channel. See you next week.